Hare Krishna. I welcome all of you to our Bhagavad Gita class. Since it's a Diwali time, so instead of having a regular Bhagavad Gita class, I thought why don't we discuss about this special festival that we all celebrate and talk about what exactly we do in this festival and what are the significance of this festival. So first of all, Shubh Deepavali to all of you. So today is already Trayodashi. It is the 13th day in the Krishna Paksh. And on Amavasya, we celebrate Diwali. But Diwali is a 5-day festival. It is a 5-day festival. It starts from today, which is the Trayodashi. And today, this day is called Dhanteras. This day is called Dhanteras. Dhan means wealth. Dhan means wealth. And Teras means Trayodashi. So it is a Trayodashi and for wealth that we celebrate. Now let us understand, go a bit deep into today's day. What exactly is the importance of today's day? So this is the story of Dhanvantri. And who is Dhanvantri? Dhanvantri is the Devta for medicine. The Devta for Ayurveda medicine is Dhanvantri, right? So what had happened is once there was a agreement between Devtas and Danav, and they wanted to churn the ocean, churn the Samudra, and take out Amrit to be immortal, Amrit from there. And both one side, all the Devtas were on one side, and on the other side, it was the Rakshasas, the demons, and they both sides they started churning the ocean. And what happened in the end? Basically, Dhanvantri came out with nectar in a pot in one hand and Ayurveda in the second hand, right? So today is the appearance day of Dhanvantri, and which is basically the appearance day of Dhanvantri, and he appeared with the nectar, and the birthday of also the appearance day of Ayurveda. Yeah. So Devta for medicine and health, and Dhanteras is also celebrated as the appearance day for Dhanvantri. Now, from Skand Puran, there's another very famous story about this day, the Trayodashi of this day. And the story goes like this, that there was a king called King Hima, and this king had got one son, and during when his horoscope was checked, it was informed to the king that the son will die after fourth day of his marriage. So the king tried his best to keep the prince away from any girl. But what happened finally? He met a princess, and they both did Gandhar Viva. Now the princess came to know about this, and what she did on the fourth day, she actually lit the entire home with the palace with the diyas all around, and she blocked each room of the room leading to the prince chamber by lot of gold and ornaments. It was all on all sides it was put like that. And then what happened? Yamraj took the form of a snake and entered the palace and wanted to enter into the prince room, prince chamber. What she did was, the wife, she actually took the veena and sat near the prince and started playing the veena in a very melodious voice, started singing the song to him, and also kept on telling stories to him. And the prince was enchanted listening to the stories and the melodious, the playing, the music that was coming out from the princess. Now here what happened, the snake in the form of Yamaraj came, and it was so much, the ornaments and gold, it was glittering so much, and the diyas had so much light that the snake was almost blindfolded and could not move forward. And finally somehow when it stood there trying to listen, it heard the melodious music coming from that room, and got so enchanted with the music that was coming, it started actually enjoying the music. And since she continued throughout the night, the Yamraj also listened throughout the night, and the morning went back. Yeah. So today is also celebrated as as is as the so basically it is said that today is we actually offer deep to yam, deep to yam, that is to avoid the any untimely death in the family. And this deep that we have, we actually put on the facing the Dakshin side, which is the south side. Yeah, south side is it's that on the towards the Yamraj. So we pray to Yamraj, Yamdiya, and we light diyas at our home to avoid any untimely death. So this is the tradition which is followed. This is as per the Skand Puran. So as a tradition, a Yamka diya is actually lit on this day outside the house to prevent any untimely death. And there's a tradition of buying gold and silver on this particular day also, since Lakshmi ji and Ganesh ji are worshipped on the Diwali day, it's a Lakshmi Puja day. So that is also bought today. It is purchased today. And also it is believed that we should also buy some utensils to increase the prosperity, as Dhanvantri had come with a utensil of Amrit, right? So that is the significance of what we do in this particular day. So modern day significance, on Dhanteras, people basically clean and decorate their home. They buy gold or silver utensils, believing it brings prosperity. Then they light diyas to ward off evil and invite positive energy, and worship Dhanvantri Devata for good health. Right? So this is the Trayodashi day. Then the next day, which will be tomorrow, is Chaturdashi. And that Chaturdashi is called Narka Chaturdashi. It's called Narka Chaturdashi. Now, the story behind Narka Chaturdashi goes like this, that Narkasur was a son of Mother Earth and Varahadev, who was the incarnation of Vishnu. And Narkasur was blessed that he'll be only killed by his mother. Now he became a king of Pragjyotishpur. Pragjyotishpur is today's Assam. He became king of Pragjyotishpur and actually started ruling the state kingdom very nicely. But down the line, because of power, ego, lust, greed, what happened? He became very lusty and greedy, and he wanted all the powers. He wanted all the powers. So what he did? He fought against the Devatas. He defeated the Devatas from the heaven. He also stole the earrings of Aditi. Aditi is who is Aditi? Aditi is mother of Devata. Aditi is mother of Devata. And who is the mother of Dana? Kashyap Muni had two wives. One is Aditi and the one is Diti. So all the Devatas are born from Aditi and the Danavs from Diti. So Aditi is the mother of all the Devatas, and Narkasur dared to even stole the earrings of Aditi, and he also captured 16,100 princes across kingdom, and also put them in his custody. Then what happened? Finally, when the Devatas were too much harassed by Narkasur, they approached Krishna for help. Now Krishna, because Narkasur was blessed that he'll be only killed by his mother. So what had happened? Krishna took Satyabhama as his charioteer. Satyabhama, his wife, is an incarnation of Mother Earth, and took Satyabhama and went to fight against Narkasur. And then what he did? He fought against Narkasur. He defeated Narkasur and also freed all the 16,100 princes from his clutches. After killing, he released. Now we all know that Krishna had 16,108 wives. Now, when Krishna released all these princes, the princes started lamenting. They were very, very happy to see Krishna, who had actually released them from the custody of the demon. But the thing was, now what will happen to them? What is the future of these princes? Because no one will marry them. Even if they go back to their father kingdom, he will not accept him. So Krishna actually showed mercy on all the princes and actually married all of them. And not only he married the 16,100 princes, but also he satisfied each, he made 16,100 palaces, and also lived happily with each of them as a complete, giving the complete attention to them in his lifetime, right? Then Narakasura realized that his sin, and he begged Krishna for forgiveness and requested that his death should be celebrated. So we celebrate on the Chaturdashi day, we celebrate Narka Chaturdashi as a celebration of victory of light over darkness, virtue over vice, and knowledge over ignorance. So what do we do? What are the ritual and tradition that is followed? What do? We take up before sunrise. We get up and take early morning bath. Generally, the tradition that is followed in most of the states in the south and Maharashtra is basically put oil on the body and then take the bath, symbolizing creating of removing the sins and impurities, and then we light diyas to celebrate the freedom from darkness, and then we burst crackers, we make sweets, distribute sweets. So that is what is done as a Narka, celebrated as Narka Chaturdashi. And then we have the third day, which is Deepavali, which we celebrate as Deepavali. Now Deepavali, as we all know, that it is celebrated when Ram actually returned back to Ayodhya after his 14 years of exile, right? So what had happened? He was sent by Dashrath. He was sent to, not by Dashrath, because of Keke's curse. He had to, because of Keke's promise to Dashrath, he asked for the boon, and Dashrath was forced to send Ram, Lakshman, and Ram to exile. And along with Ram, Lakshman and Sita also went to exile. And after 14, and what happened? Finally, they killed Ravan. Ravan was killed. On the day Ravan was killed, we celebrated as Dashera. We celebrated as Dashera. And Diwali comes exactly 20 days after Dashera. So after that, when Ram and when they all returned to Ayodhya, Ram, Lakshman, and Sita, they returned to Ayodhya. That is the reason why we celebrate Diwali. So everyone across the country, they welcome Ram by lighting the diyas, by decorating the entire Ayodhya and entire. So we all decorate our entire house. We light the diyas, and then what we do? We make a lot of sweets. We give sweets to each other. We meet each other, and we celebrate the welcoming Ram back. Right. So that is one of the reason why what we do in Diwali. Now this happened in which yug? In which yug it happened? It happened in Treta Yug. In Treta Yug, that Ram was there, and we celebrate Ram came back to Ayodhya. Now in Satyug, what had happened? We talked about Samudra Manthan. In Samudra Manthan actually happened in Satyug, and in Satyug, what happened during Samudra Manthan? Lakshmi ji came out from Sagar, from ocean. So Lakshmi ji is the daughter of ocean. She is the daughter of Sagar. And she is the daughter of sea. So basically, Lakshmi ji also came out from Samudra Manthan, and that is the reason that appearance day is the day of Diwali. And that is why what we do Lakshmi Puja on the day of Diwali. This incident happened in Satyug. Now, if we all now what we do on that day, as not only we do Lakshmi Puja, Lakshmi ji came with all the Devi Devtas, so we put proper we make arrangements for them to sit and relax, and then we do our prayers to them. Definitely on that day we actually do puja of Lakshmi ji along with Ganesh ji. The question is, Ganesh is putra of Shiva and Parvati, right? Why do we do puja of Ganesh ji along with Lakshmi ji on the day of Diwali? Yeah. So the reason for this is that Lakshmi ji made Kuber as in charge of Lakshmi ji is whom? Lakshmi is basically the goddess of wealth. Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth, and she made Kuber the in charge of the wealth. Now she found that Kuber is very, very miser. and he is not ready to distribute the wealth properly. So Lakshmi ji was very concerned, and she went to Vishnu ji asking that how we should solve this problem. So Vishnu ji said, why don't you talk to Ganesh? So Lakshmi ji talked to Ganesh and said that and decided that she will give the portfolio to give the wealth, to distribute the wealth to Ganesh. Although Kuber will be the holder of the wealth, but distribution of the wealth will go through Ganesh ji. But Ganesh ji put a condition to Lakshmi ji. Ganesh ji said that allow me, whomever I will say that the wealth should be given, you should approve unconditionally to that. Yeah, so that is the reason. So Lakshmi ji was very, very happy when this portfolio came to Ganesh ji, and Lakshmi ji agreed that whomever Ganesh ji will say, I will distribute the wealth to him. Now also what happened is, she made Ganesh ji her Manas Putra, and she said, okay, wherever I cannot go with Vishnu ji, you accompany me. So we know that last 4 months, what is happening? Vishnu ji is actually sleeping, and he will come. He'll get awake on Kartik Ekadashi. Like that is Ekadashi is when the Vishnu ji will again be will get up, right, awaken. So what happened now? Since he's sleeping, so and Lakshmi ji had to come down to bless everyone on the day of Diwali. So what happened is, she came along with Ganesh, and that is why on the day of Diwali we pray to Lakshmi ji and Ganesh. Okay, so that is the reason why we pray, and this is the third day of Diwali. Then what we do next day to Diwali? What happens next to Diwali is Govardhan Puja. We all know about the famous story of Krishna lifting the Govardhan hill. So what had happened on that time? Why did he lift the Govardhan hill? So at that point of time, when Krishna was there in Vrindavan, the Vrindavan Vasi, the Vrajvasi, they used to pray to Lord Indra. And why they used to pray to Krishna, to Indra? Because they were fearful that if they don't pray to Indra, then he will not give rains. Indra is a devta for rain, and if there'll be no rain, then how will the crop grow? So they what used to do? They used to every year they used to offer prayers to Indra. So Krishna said, no, you don't have to offer, you don't have to be fearful and offer prayers to Indra, but what you can do is you should actually pray to Govardhan, because you get a lot of things from Govardhan, and it's the cows, it is the Govardhan that should be worshipped on that day. So instead of giving all the tables that you have prepared to Indra, why don't you go and give it to Govardhan? The Rajvasis agreed, and what they did, they all went and started serving, praying to Govardhan. Now this really made Indra very, very angry, and he started putting the rains, heavy rains in Vrindavan, and all the Brajvasis, they became very, very scared. The rain was creating havoc. The Vrindavan was getting all flooded with rain. And then, but what did Krishna do? He, in his little finger, he actually lifted the Govardhan hill and gave shelter to all the Brajvasi, all the animals, and stood like this for 7 days and 7 nights. And then Indra, after trying everything, realized that, there's something wrong he's doing. And then he saw that, he's actually challenging the Supreme Lord, Krishna. So he came down and started begging forgiveness from Krishna, and then cleared all the. So this is the story. And so on the fourth day, next day to Diwali, we celebrate Govardhan Puja or Annakut. So Annakut, we basically make sabji of lots of vegetables. We create that. We actually decorate all the cows, and we actually decorate all the cows and calf and do their seva, because any place where the cows and calves are worshipped, then what happens? Lakshmi always stays there. In Hindu, in our culture, in Sanatan Dharma, the cows and calf, they are worshipped as they are worshipped. And what happens? Anywhere where it is said, it is written in our Puranas, any house, any places where cows and calves are worshipped, Lakshmi ji will always stay there, right? So Krishna's victory of pride and restoration of harmony with humanity, nature and divine, that is what the fourth day represents. And then the fifth day, which is the so it was Krishna Paksh, 3 days, which is Trayodashi, Chaturdashi and Amavasya in Krishna Paksh, and in Shukla Paksh, the first day, which is called Pratipada, and then the second day, which is called Ditya. It is Yamuna. It is called Bhai Dooj or Yam Ditya. Yeah, that is the fifth day and the last day of Diwali. So what happened that day? Yam, who is the devta for death, he actually went to his sister's place. Who is the sister of Yam? Yami. Who is Yami? Yamuna. Yamuna is the sister of Yam. And he went to Yamuna, and Yamuna actually did arti of his brother and also put tika to his brother, offered his brother sweets, and also gave her beautiful meal she had prepared. She gave that to Yam, and Yam was so happy on that day with his sister. He said, any brother, this is the day he's declaring that it is a day of love between brother and sister. And this day especially, the brothers actually visit the sister, and the sisters do arti to their brothers and give them sweets and great meal. And Yam has given a blessing that this happened, when the brother comes and does that, then he actually even death cannot conquer this love, right? Yeah. So this is the fifth day, which is Yam Ditya or Bhai Dooj. So our festival, this Diwali, is a 5-day festival, and that's what I wanted to talk today. Nothing more. So I thought, since it's a festival time, let's revisit all the stories that we have, why we celebrate this. Definitely, the significance of this is we have to remember, we have to worship Lord Ram, Lakshmi ji. We have to remember our, the culture, and light diyas, pray, meet friends, remember each other, and celebrate with love. Hare Krishna. Thank you.